Hi, this is Kit from the Tualatin Public Library, and I am so bored. This place is a mess, and quite frankly, I smell. What can I do today? Oh, I know. Let's play with some soap dough. This will be both fun and cleansing. You just need an ivory soap bar, a microwave, and that's about it. Let's get started. All right, like I said in my intro, you're going to need an ivory bar of soap, specifically ivory. Cheaper ones don't do as cool of a thing in the microwave. You'll need some food coloring if you want some color. You don't have to, you could just leave it white. A bowl to mix it in just because it's super messy. And then a mold or something to use for your soap. I will tell you that this was very much a 2020 craft and it didn't work out very well for me, so I actually would recommend cookie cutters. But this is what I started with. All right, the first part is the fun part. You're going to put that bar, I put it on parchment paper, you can put it on a plate. It's not going to do anything bad to your microwave except stink it up a little bit and clean. Then put it in there for about 2 minutes. Most microwaves, it will stop expanding at that point. And then we just hit go and you can watch it. This is fast forwarded. It won't be quite this dramatic in time, but it does explode this much. Isn't this incredibly cool? If nothing else, this was such a fun thing for me to learn that soap does in the microwave. It does it because it heats the water inside of it along with the soap itself, and that water tries to force its way out. And when it does that, it expands. And here is the result of that, what it looks like after it collapses a little bit. It is super cool. And when we go to touch it, you'll see that it is completely light and airy. It's almost like flakes stuck together. As you can see, I can kind of toss it in the air a little bit, and it just is so light and such a cool texture. All right, now I'm going to stick it in a bowl, and we're going to knead it. I'm going to add some food coloring into it. This is my first thing. I put my glove on because I don't want food coloring all over me. Is that I realized that it takes an egregious amount of food coloring to color this soap. So make sure you have full bottles if you do decide to do this. Also keep in mind that it will not color evenly, so you're going to have kind of a marbled look. I've been told that you can put it in a blender and that it will actually work better. I just didn't fancy the idea of cleaning out my blender and having it accidentally taste like ivory soap for the next couple meals. Now I'm adding some warm water. This will help make the dough come together. And again, with this craft, I was not as successful, so I did not put enough water in it at first. As you can see, it's still pretty flaky. So I tried another tablespoon and went from there. Though admittedly, later on, I did add even more water to make it more doughy. You just have to do it slowly, otherwise it will foam up. Here I go. I'm putting it in the molds, my little unicorn molds. Everybody's seen these before. I tried really careful to get all the nooks and crannies and get it squished down in there. Um, However, keep in mind this soap is incredibly crumbly. Even when you add water, it still becomes pretty crumbly and will not keep shapes very well. I figured this out the hard way, as you will see in a minute when I try to unmold these soap molds. It really is too bad because I think unicorn soaps would be super cute. And I know there are other ways to do this that you could get those molds. All right, as you can see, I could tell from the beginning when I started pushing them out that there was something wrong. And sure enough, once I get through pushing all of those out there, you will see that they all pretty much crumbled. Part of it came out on the plate, part of it stayed in the mold, and I was very disappointed. So, try again. I added a little bit more water this time, and I'm using a soap balm, or sorry, a bath bomb mold. First, I tried to do this without the parchment paper, and it just stuck in there. So this time I figured out, hey, if I use parchment paper, I could probably get this out fairly clean. It will have some wrinkles in it, but the thing about it is you can use water to smooth down any wrinkles and kind of mold your shape. But in the end, I was able to get something, and here's a little half dome. Now, I tried at this point to make a really cool looking little volcano, but the black I used turned this really gross grayish. So I decided, why not just play with it again and stick it in the microwave? And that was super fun. It really did look like the volcano was just exploding all over in that plate in the microwave. So even if your crafts aren't successful, it doesn't mean you can't have fun with them. It's kind of a motto for 2020. You take what you get and you make the best of it. And there you go. There's my really cool looking little plate of volcano mush. Whew, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Playing with soap is good, clean fun. Speaking of which, as you can see, I've cleaned myself up a little bit, smell a little bit better, and now it is time to clean up my house. This is Kit from the Tualatin Public Library, hoping that you have a good day.